as a dad, I mean, it's a whole different thing to be a dad. My husband Reed struggled immensely with it.
Oh, we all do. We deny. One thing
Yeah,
men tend to do is we don't want to get involved, so we want to make the money and make sure all the money's there and let them get the services. And in the back of my head, it was always, well, just kind of mysteriously came on, so we pray that it mysteriously goes away.
And it doesn't. And
autism doesn't typically do that. And I've, again, I've met thousands of families, and I can't tell you how many families, probably half of them, will blow through their retirement savings trying to cure their kid.
The magic bullet.
The magic bullet.
Yeah.
And had I caught some of these families earlier, I might have been able to help them save some of their money and keep them from wasting it and thinking about the future.
Right. I mean, we know intensive early intervention works. We
Correct.
know
and
intensive
proven.
ABA,
Correct.
and it's
Correct.
proven. But we're talking about, situations where families are sending on all kinds of unproven
chelation
therapies.
therapy, hyperbaric chambers. I mean, some of these things have good places.
Some kids
Yeah,
respond to individual treatment.
And you do. Every so often you'll get a kid that responds, and then,
Right.
then the next 2,000 don't.
Right.
But the doctor, in the meantime, has made a lot of money along that way.
Right, and you've got parents that are off pursuing stem cell and what was the
Correct,
parasites that people were, kids were eating worms and stuff. And, there are all of these so-called cures that we know it's not, there is no magic bullet. And even the top biomedical doctors, like Dr. Andrew Levinson out of Florida, will tell you there is no magic bullet. It's a marathon. It's not a sprint. But as a father, Rodney Peete wrote a book, Not My Boy.
Yeah.
You guys have this hope and dream to have, the next baseball player, the next whatever it may be. And instead, you get a son or daughter with autism. It's devastating, isn't it?
It was very difficult for me. I found that I love working with kids. And actually in 2002, I stepped away from technology to help advocate for Scott. And it took me a few years out of technology, which took me a few years too long, and then they didn't want me back in. It turned out to be 10 years, and that was a very expensive jaunt or stint of education. But it taught me things that you'd never be able to learn in a textbook. You'd never learn unless you lived it. Unless you're living, breathing, eating it, and next thing you know, you've learned all these things, and then you're kind of like a hope of insight to younger parents. And I just found that, in fact, I was in financial services for a while, trying to help families with special needs and help them with their money. And I found that the money side wasn't even important. It was helping the family with their challenges and needs. So I stepped away from financial services, and now I'm just a consultant. And now I just work with kids, and then I get a lot of practice from my own son.
Right.
Because in fact, today I'll drive back down to South Orange County, and I'll pick him up this afternoon, and we'll be in the gym tonight to work out. And I try to get him in a couple days a week because he likes that health thing.
Yeah.
And he's really good at it.
You said that some of the things that have been most helpful for Scott are structure, routine, encouragement, gentle flexing, and expanding routine and socialization.
Correct. Anytime you can take him out of his comfort zone of what we call his routine.
Okay.
Is building a skill.
Because that's that order he's trying
that he's used to, it's like,
anxiety.
it's 12 o'clock, it's lunchtime.
Right.
It's funny because we've gone to events, and you go there and it's 2 o'clock and there's a spread of food.
Yeah.
Scott's not eating. Well, I'll eat at dinner.
Right.
It's like, Scott, at dinner, this food's not going to be here.
Right.
So I'm going to recognize. So sometimes before we even go to an event, I said, we're going to a party. I said, there's going to be food there, but I said the way it's going, there won't be dinner. So we're going to have to eat food as we go. So if you prepare him, he's good with it.
But if you don't prepare him, there's anxiety.
Then there may be a little anxiety because now all of a sudden it's 12:15 and I'm hungry. Well, Scotty, we ate at 9:30. It doesn't matter, But if at 9:30, I said, well, you know what? We're having breakfast late, so we'll probably have a late lunch today. Probably 1 or 2.
So you prep him.
I kind of prep him, but other times I let him go to that side, a little anxious, and I said, well, we'll get there. Just we're almost there and so forth. So I have him, So he's really good with that.
You're breaking the comfort zone.
You break the comfort zone for building those executive skills.
Yeah.
Of being able to adjust on the move.
Right, like
and,
we have to in life.
And
yeah.
we talk about it all the time.
Right.
So life's not a routine.
Right. No, it sure isn't.